Good morning guys, it's Dranina here and welcome back to Stardew Valley. It's day 5 of summer and we are quite busy. We are really busy, and not just because we have so many plants that we have to water every day, but also because we just discovered a spa, and the spa is just besides Linux's hideout. I think that's the best word for it. And what it does is basically replenish your health and energy in an incredible amount of time. So therefore, once we're done giving water to our plants, we can actually go to the spa and replenish our health, our energy, and just go with full health and energy into the mines where we can, well, do our stuff there. I'm going to give myself up to 5 of these. I don't want to make any more of them, otherwise it doesn't really matter that I'm going into the mines to get copper, because I'm just using it as fast as I'm mining it. Alright. Let's first start here with I think these are the tomatoes? I think so. Alright. So there we go. So tomatoes done. And then let's go to these are also tomatoes, strangely enough. However, these were from those multicolored seeds. Every time I forget their name. But yeah, those gave us tomatoes. Excuse me. So this gave us tomatoes. These are the peppers, which are also what we planted. Oh no, these are the tomatoes. These are the peppers, I think. Because we do have 1 tomato seed left, so I think these are tomatoes. I don't know. I am utterly confused at the moment, because these don't really look like peppers, to be honest. However, I know what these 2 fields are. The field we're currently standing on is melon. We need 5 golden star melon and at least 1 melon, which gives us a total of 6 melons in the summer. For the community center bundle. And these here are blueberries. All of these crops, by the way, are used for the community center bundle. But for me personally, I just love the blueberries. First of all, they are crops that keep on standing, keep on giving you a harvest even after the initial harvest, after 14 days or 12 days, I'm not entirely sure. So they take a while to grow. However, once they've grown, they can give a harvest every 3 to 4 days, which means that in total, let's assume that the first harvest on the 14th, because we planted them on the first day of summer. And after every 4 days they give us another harvest, which means they give it on the 14th, the 18th, the 22nd, the 24th, and even the 28th day they will give us a harvest of blueberries. Which is amazing, because first of all, blueberries are worth quite a lot, and second of all, the most amazing thing is that they give me a lot. That was like the first thing. And second of all, blueberries have the chance to spawn 2 blueberries every time you harvest a plant, instead of the regular 1 blueberry that you always get, which made that they are a bit like potatoes in doing the same trick. And since they are worth a lot and they have the chance to spawn more than 1 blueberry upon harvest, and they are keep on producing blueberries even after initial harvest, they are amazing crops to have in the summer. Please let me know in the comment section down below, if you have played this game, what is your favorite crop for each season? What is the one crop you go back to every season and you keep on planting that crop because it's like your favorite crop to plant, or the best one for you to work with, or just let me know in the comment section down below. And how do you guys choose your crops? Because I just go to the shops, or first of all I go to the community center and have a look over there what I do need for the bundles, and I choose those 3 or 4 crops to plant. And after that, just read the description and I think, well, they either keep on standing or they keep giving me more than just the initial harvest, and that's basically it for me. Do you guys do it the same, or do you just... Maybe do you choose what you'd like in your life as well? Because I really dislike cauliflower, but I still plant it since it's, well, it's a good crop to plant, and I need it for the bundle, but am I going to plant it next year or next spring? Probably not. I don't like cauliflower, and all those other crops I really want to check out as well. So yeah, here we are in the spa, and as you can see, once we are standing still, our energy is shooting up, which means that within a minute or so we have all our energy back. We can do whatever we want in the mine. We do have 5 cherry bombs with us, including a couple of fruits and veg for us to eat along the way in case we either run out of energy, which, I mean, it can happen, or we run out of health, which is the most likable situation. But for now, we've got all our energy back. We can do whatever we want. For me, that's going into the mines. I really need the iron ore, because once I've got the iron ore, I can make my sprinklers. Iron isn't going to be the problem. Gold is, but gold you only get from the 80th floor. And higher, lower, depending how you see it. I see it as a higher floor number, but it's lower into the mines, if you understand what I mean. But overall, yeah, if you have level 80 to, I think 100, I don't know whether there are more than 100 floors, so at least I even don't know how far the numbering goes. 100 just seems right, as for a number to have. Like the most logical number after 80 to have. But let's go to 40. This is like an icy biome, or at least like an ice. And here I have our iron ore. We have our new sword. We did have a bit of a problem with our rusty level 1 sword. It was kinda hard to use. Well, it wasn't hard to use, it was the same, or you use the same way as you use this sword, which is basically clicking and hitting things, and after that you keep on clicking until all the enemies around you are dead. It's just that my rusty sword had just lower speed. This one has a +2 for speed. And also this one hits a bit harder. The rusty sword hit things for level... ooh, a frozen tear. The rusty old sword hit things for... I believe... Ooh, I got hit. It hit for things with damage between 2 and 5. This one gives a damage of between 4 and 8. Which, if you think about it, it's a whole lot better, because the chances of having a damage output of more than the previous sword is quite high. I do not know the exact number, or the exact percentage how this sword is better than the other one. I can calculate it, but I'm not going to do that. I just know it is better. And since it's better, which means we can go through these cave systems a whole lot easier compared to before, because even though it is basically the same technique, you're not doing something different, it still feels a bit more smooth, it feels a bit more like an adventure, even though it makes it easier. I hate slimes, and this slime doesn't really like me because he is very angry. There we go. I don't think I have to have a look at this slime over here. I'm mainly interested in the iron ores, which I don't see a whole lot of. I can do though. Oh, that didn't hit many of them, unfortunately. Get out of my way. These don't hit hard, by the way. They look like little fluff balls, and they squeak like them as well. It's just that they are very, very annoying. I do want that iron ore though. Staying there. I can use every bit of iron ore that I find. And I can get a frozen tear from here. Which one do we take? Let's take this one. Another slime. Smashing these crystals can give you a rare loot. They sometimes give you refined quartz, which is really nice to have, because you otherwise have to make it by, you know how it goes, smelting quartz with a coal in our smelter. However, it's easier just to well, get them. It takes less time. Takes nothing. It doesn't really take energy, if I'm not mistaken. But anyhow, for me personally, I think it's always easier to just do forage stuff instead of have to actually work for it or create it yourself. Have to wait until... Actually, I'm first going to kill this bed before I'm trying to get the ore. Thank you. Let's get this iron ore. There is none. Let's get out of here. Ooh, frozen geode. Ditch. This one we need for... let's put this one here. We need frozen geode for the community center. Wow! No stairs here either. That's a surprise. And of course I know I can spare my my cherry bombs for other times where I have less energy. However, I don't like carrying stuff around me and seeing ideal places to put them and not using them in the meantime. Oops, got hit. Well, there we go. I don't know what the numbers are exactly. I know they mean things, I just don't know what exactly what. I know that if it's red, it's hitting me, and I figure that once it's yellow, it's the damage I am doing to the creature. However, I don't know what the grey numbers are. Whether that is overall damage or also damage to the creature, but from a different angle or something like that. They do spawn regularly, I notice. Still talking about those beds, by the way. Oh, I think it becomes grey. Like sometimes it appears yellow. The 3 appears yellow, the 4 appears yellow. But then the 7 and 6 from before, maybe that's a higher damage output? Like the higher damages are grey and the lower ones are yellow? It could be. Alright, there's a slime over there. If I don't have to kill it, I'm not going to kill it. Simply because I'm not really interested in it. I probably have to kill those fur balls. I think so. Well, I don't know. Oh, I got a crystal fruit, which is one of the exotic foraging bundle, I think. Or the winter foraging, maybe even. I know it's used in a foraging bundle. At least I think it does. I recognize it as something to be used in one of the bundles. Ooh, we are already... Oh, it's late. We have to go home. I completely forgot the time. I was looking at the clock here. It says 10:40 PM. But I was reading 10:40 AM. So I thought, oh, it's not time. We can do many floors today. And then I thought, how could it be? No way. It's only 11 in the morning. And then I realized it was 11 at night and I have spent many hours inside the mines and hacking and slashing enemies away. Finding pieces of iron ore, by far not as many as I would like. But I know that in the future, once we go down a couple of floors, iron becomes more accessible as well compared to how it is now. Going to put these away. Bat wings and the slimes are going to in the other one. Sap. The frozen tear, I don't know whether I need it at a certain point. I can donate it to the museum, so I can put it in other chests anyway. Quartz goes in here, stone boot as well. The crystal also goes in this chest, because I think I am going to be needing it. This is my like collective chest with stuff I think I'm going to need to be using either at the blacksmith, the museum, or the community center. For now, let's go to sleep, which means I am ending this episode right here. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell if you want to get updated every time I post a new video. If there's suggestions or tips and tricks for here at Stardew Valley, leave it in the comment section down below. Have an awesome day, and I see you guys next time.